In this video, guys, you're gonna find out how I released this tech house track with a record label. And I'm gonna guide you through the step-by-step process, how I started producing it, how I started mixing it, and also how I actually got in touch with record labels to release it with them. Before I start this video, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe it as well. Check out also my Spotify and SoundCloud. I have a few tracks coming up the following weeks, so make sure you check them out as well. My name is David Fritz, and let's get straight into it. So guys, the first step, what you can see here is, first every time I start producing a track, first of all, I'm looking for ideas. And what I usually do is I just go sometimes on Splice, for example. I sometimes go on just my normal browser and check for what kind of samples I have. Sometimes I'm looking for a kick, sometimes I'm looking for a bass melody, sometimes I'm looking for just vocals. And with this track, I found really nice Spanish vocals on Splice. And this is exactly what I found. After listening to those vocals, I had already an idea in my head. Sometimes you just need this one simple sample, which is going to create a whole track in your mind. Sometimes, literally, I listened to this track and I listened to those vocals, I was just like, wow, this sounds great. I know exactly what's going to come. I know that it's going to be a really energetic tech house vibe. So yeah, I added those vocals. And the track obviously starts with like pretty much an intro. It's just some drums, a kick playing, hi-hats, claps, a rumble as well, which is this one here. Let me show you the sample. The sample is on Serum, a knock. It's literally just two sine waves, a sub. I think I bought this preset from Evolution of Sounds. So also make sure to check out Evolution of Sounds. They have great sample packs there. But I combined this with the kick, so it sounds basically like that. I think it sounds really interesting. I'm gonna just add this element. So yeah, and then this intro plays for exactly 17 bars. From bar 9 till 17, I used a uplifter. What happened there as well, I added a master reverb, like a reverb on the master channel. So the more this opens up, this filter, the more it causes tension. It causes something is going to come, and definitely put a reverb on your master channel. This is one of the techniques which is super easy, especially for tech house. I use this technique in a lot of my tracks, so I can definitely recommend that. Then the bass line sounds like that. The bass line is very simple. I think I bought, it's actually three different, it's one Moog bass. I bought this sample from Joko. He released a sample pack, it's called Piff. I bought that there, and then I added also this, what is this? I added another Moog bass, but with this different start time. So I think let's just listen to this bass pattern without the two other layers. I feel like the more layers you add, the more it gets fat. And also what's really important is you can see here the start of the sample is at 0%. The first layer is a bit different because it starts at 5%. Because you have to compare the two waves, and if the two waves are exactly matching with each other, you're just gonna hear the same sample louder. But what I wanted to add different frequencies, so I layered this bass sound with a second and a third layer. Let's see what the third layer is like. Yeah, I guess the third layer wasn't really important. Oh, wait a sec, the third layer is in the first is in channel 1, which is just for the sub bass. So I added a low pass filter. I added a very simple low pass filter just for to have more power and more control over the sub frequencies. But obviously in other tracks I didn't even relayer them once. I just have one bass line, one simple track that's very simple. But in this one I felt like I want to have it more fat, so I added 3 different layers to it. What else do we have? Then we have the siren drop, which is this one here. It's basically, again, it's a mod wheel. Again, a preset I bought, or maybe I think I got it from Splice. At unison, it's very wide. It has basically a saw wave. Oh no, there's a triangle wave. Then it has hyper, distortion, filter, delay, compressor. But it's pretty much, I didn't change a lot, to be honest. I can't remember exactly what I changed, but it's basically a preset I just found and I thought it matches perfectly. Then this effect here before the next part comes. This thing here, the laser reverse reverb. So you can hear, this is at the breakdown. So what I did here was just that. It's this lead playing here. And what I did, I just connected the laser breakdown channel to the long reverb channel, like here. And on this long reverb channel, I obviously have a Valhalla Supermassive with a very, very long feedback. What I did then was I went on the master channel, went to Edison, and I recorded basically the reverb from that laser sound. So I basically just played the first note and connected to the long reverb, like that. And the reverb you hear, I just recorded that reverb, reversed that, and then put it here just before the next part was introduced. So it created this movement. With reverse reverb, you can create great movement. You can also introduce new elements into the track and create a flow into the track. It sounds very different if you don't use this effect. If you, for example, do this. Let's just cut it out. Rather than if I do this. It introduces a new part, so the reverse reverb technique is also in one of my other videos. Check that out as well. That's definitely going to help you to make transitions smoother in tech house. Then the breakdown. So basically what you can see here, I let the bass and this instrument, this laser thing, play separate. First is this and then the bass plays. So they're playing with each other, they're changing, and then the vocals come again. And then the build-up comes. I had to mute all the plugins because my computer doesn't really get the full CPU usage. And then there's the silence, there's this quiet part before the drop starts. And as you can hear, the bass, I have this master high pass filter on the master channel, and as you can see, the more it closer gets to the drop, this high pass filter closes. Make it more visual here for you guys. So this track is very simple, but basically I just create a lot of transitions with high pass, low pass filter automations, reverse reverbs. Also this part here is basically I connected the vocals to a delay channel, and then I just went on Edison again and recorded the delay of the vocals and just edited and created a sample and added it to the playlist. Added some rides. Then I added the saturation knob to make it obviously more fat. My go-to tool saturation, the classic saturation knob. I kept it low and yeah, like that. Then I have also added the Camel Crusher. I just thought I need it, but then obviously what I do as well is I mute plugins sometimes and see if they're actually necessary to be used. Sometimes you realize that you don't really need them, so you just mute them and turn them off. Then I have as well for the bass a compressor, which is the Kotelnikov, which is really weird because if I'm honest with you guys, it sounds without all of those plugins, the bass sounds somehow better. But I guess I made those decisions based on the track and based on the whole mix. Like if you just play the bass by itself, without the whole plugins you're using, without mixing, it sounds somehow better. I don't know, I guess I made those decisions based on how I made those decisions. The only thing which really matters is that the song sounds good, and if it sounds good, it is good. It doesn't matter how you did it, you just have to make it honest and real. Now I want to share with you guys also how I reach actually out to the record label. So I have a friend of mine who's producing music himself. And what he did is he gave me an email for a record label base, which is called Proton Radio. So what he did is he produced a few tracks and then uploaded them on SoundCloud and put them into a private link, enabled the downloads, and then sent the Proton Radio an email with saying, hey, I have a few tracks you might be interested in, let me know what you think. And then I sent them the link of the SoundCloud link with 4 or 5 tracks. And what they did a few days after, maybe 5 days after, they messaged me saying, hey, thanks, if a record label is interested in that, they're gonna get in touch with you straight away. What they basically did, they just downloaded my tracks and then put them onto their label base. And then all of those labels who are in that label base, they listen to the tracks, and if you reach out to me, and I decided myself for Lisbon Journey's record, they have a lot of nice tracks coming out the next week, and I have also 4 more tracks coming the following weeks. I was really excited about that. But before that, honestly speaking guys, I was rejected a lot of times. Like a lot of times I've sent tracks to labels, no one even bothered answering me, no one actually reached out to me, and it was a very disappointing process. So don't give up, never give up with producing music, because sometimes your music is actually just not good enough, or you didn't reach the right record label. And sometimes you need to just keep going and keep moving forward to reach a label which is suiting your music. Don't produce for a label, produce the music you like to produce, and see then afterwards what kind of label it fits in. Because sometimes you send your music to a wrong label, they don't like it, obviously, they don't want to release it, and then you think, wow, is my music not good enough? But actually your music is great how it is. You just didn't find the right label. The more rejection you get, the more you're building and pressing against this resistancy, and then you're gonna, one day you're gonna punch through, and you're gonna have this momentum where like a lot of labels are gonna reach out to you, they're gonna like your music, you're gonna have other people reach out to you like, hey, your music sounds absolutely amazing. But until you didn't sign your first few record label deals, keep pushing through, keep learning, keep watching YouTube tutorials, keep producing music, and you're gonna definitely come to that point. Just don't give up, just keep going, because if you give up, the game is over. But if you keep going, you're gonna have more record label deals, but you have to go through this resistance time. Sometimes it is hard, but keep going, keep getting rejected. It's fine, it's okay to be rejected, but just keep going and keep pushing forward. Anyway guys, that was my video. I hope I could help you with this a little bit. My name is David Fritz. Make sure you like this video as well. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, check out my socials, Instagram, and also check out my music on Spotify. This track I showed you today was released 3 weeks ago with a record label, and I'm really excited about every other track which is going to come in the future. So have a nice day guys. I hope you can help you with this a little bit, and I hope I can make music production easier for you, and just keep learning and keep going guys.